Welcome back to Insider Ecom Edge, where we unlock those high-impact e-commerce strategies you need to know. Today, we're going to jump headfirst into the core of, I think, any successful online business, right? The e-commerce sales funnel.
Yeah, absolutely.
So imagine this, like as a roadmap,
hmm
guiding those customers, from just kind of looking around to, hey, I'm a loyal fan.
It's more than just a buzzword you see everywhere, right? It's really where the psychology of the buyer meets, the marketing we're putting out
Hmm.
there. And I think a well-oiled funnel can be the difference between a business just getting by and truly, thriving in this wild world of e-commerce.
It's so competitive out there. And,
Mm.
you can have, I think, incredible products, but if people are getting lost or frustrated as they're trying to buy, they're going to bounce out of those carts so fast, faster than you can say conversion rate.
Yes, it's true.
So let's kind of break down this journey. What do you say?
Sounds good.
First up, awareness.
Okay, so think of this as your grand entrance, right? It's that first impression, the first time somebody is coming across your brand. And that could be anything, right? It could be through a Google ad, a viral social media post, or maybe even a word of mouth recommendation. But, no matter what it is, you've got literally seconds to grab their attention.
Yeah. I always think about it like when you're scrolling, and it's that split-second decision. Am I going to stop and look at this or keep going?
That's the perfect analogy. It
Yeah.
really is like that. And, if you've got a website that's clunky, slow, hard to use, it's like showing up to, a first date in like a stained t-shirt.
No.
You really got to make sure that site is good looking, easy to use, and fast. I mean, lightning fast.
Mm-hmm.
Today's online shopper expects everything to be easy and seamless.
Anything less, and poof, they're gone. Off
Yeah.
to the competitor.
They're gone. That's right.
So, okay, let's say we nailed that first impression right.
Yeah.
The website, it's beautiful, it's fast, it's easy.
Okay.
What's next?
All right. Well, now we're moving into the consideration stage, right? Okay.
So the visitor, they're interested, they're looking at your products, but they're not quite ready to hit that buy button. So this is where you got to convince them, this product, this is the answer to your problems.
So things like high-quality photos of your products, good descriptions, maybe even like customer reviews and testimonials would be helpful here.
Absolutely. Think of this as your sales pitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
But without that kind of pushy salesperson vibe. So high-resolution images, photos from all different angles, zoom features, maybe even videos showing the product in action. I mean, all of this stuff can make a huge difference. And when you're writing those descriptions, don't just list features, right?
Mm-hmm.
Highlight the benefits. Talk about how this product's going to make their life easier, better, more enjoyable. Like, paint that picture for them.
I like that. It's almost like storytelling, right?
It is storytelling.
You're creating an experience that connects with what the customer needs and, what they want. That's a great way to put it. And don't forget about social proof, right? You can sprinkle in some glowing customer reviews, maybe highlight some user-generated content. Anything that shows that other people love this product builds trust and credibility. People are way more likely to buy something if they see other people are raving about it.
I've definitely done that myself.
Yeah.
So, okay, we've got a great looking site. It loads fast. We've got those awesome descriptions. We're highlighting how great the product is. What else can we do kind of to nudge these hesitant shoppers towards actually making a purchase?
Well, this is where good website design comes in, Think about it. Make sure it's easy to navigate, put that search bar front and center, and have clear call to actions. So those add to cart buttons, make sure they're easy to find, and maybe even add a little nudge like, hey, limited stock or free shipping for the next hour.
It's like that final push they might need, right?
Yeah, you're just gently guiding them in the right direction. You're creating a journey, not like this aggressive, pushy sales pitch.
Right, right.
And speaking of journey, there's one crucial thing we haven't touched on yet. Got to make sure this journey is smooth sailing on any device.
Ah, yes. Mobile optimization. So important, right?
Right.
I mean, in today's world, people are shopping on their phones, tablets, their computers. If our website isn't, easy to use on a tiny screen or big screen, we're missing out on a whole bunch of potential customers.
That's right. Mobile optimization, it's non-negotiable. I'd argue that your mobile site should be, honestly, even more polished than your desktop version.
Really?
Think about it. People are on the go, their attention spans are shorter, and they're way more likely to be distracted. You got to make that mobile site snappy, intuitive, straight to the point.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so we've got this beautifully designed website. It's optimized for everything, and we're guiding those visitors through this seamless experience. But let's be real. even with our best efforts, there are going to be some bumps in the road, right?
True.
Yeah.
So how do we pinpoint those kind of tricky spots where people are getting stuck? And more importantly, how do we fix them?
That, my friend, is where we transition from like the art of persuasion to, the science of data.
Ah, data, the key ingredient in e-commerce success, right?
That's right.
But let's be honest, it can be kind of overwhelming. There's so much data out there.
Yeah.
Where do you even start?
That's a great question, and one that deserves its own separate deep dive. But for now, let's just say that tools like Google Analytics can be your best friend. They can tell you so much about how people are interacting with your site.
So, for example, if we see that a certain product page has like a really high bounce rate,
Yeah.
that's a sign that something's wrong, right? We got to fix something.
Yeah, for sure. It could be anything. Maybe it's slow, the photos aren't great, maybe it's just a confusing layout. But by using that data, you can zero in on those problem areas and start making changes.
I'm starting to see how all of this fits together now. It's like we're not just building a website, we're crafting a whole experience.
Yeah.
And then using all that data to make it better.
You got it. And that's the beauty of e-commerce. It's constantly evolving.
This has been so insightful. I'm really learning a lot. But before we go too deep down the data rabbit hole, we got to remember, at the end of the day, this is all about real people making real purchases.
Absolutely. And those people, they're about to enter the most crucial stage in the funnel, conversion.
The moment of truth. But we'll have to save that discussion for part 2 of this episode. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Insider Ecom Edge. So before the break, we were talking about data, right? And how we can use it to fix those places in the funnel where people are dropping off.
Yeah, data is super important.
Yeah.
But, can't forget about the human side of things. Numbers can tell us what's happening, but we got to dig deeper.
Right.
Figure out why.
So we got to really get inside our customer's head, right?
Yeah.
What are they thinking? What are they feeling? What's their experience like on the site? Exactly. So think about this, right? A customer's added stuff to their cart. They're one click away from buying, and then nothing. They abandon it. Why?
Well, I've definitely done that. Sometimes life gets in the way. You get distracted. Maybe you decide, I'll think about it later.
Yeah, sure. That definitely happens. But I think a lot of the time there's a real reason behind it. Maybe checkout took too long. Maybe they got hit with some surprise shipping costs, or maybe they just didn't trust the website with their credit card info.
Yeah, that makes sense. So how do we tackle those roadblocks, those things that are stopping people from actually buying?
All right, well, let's start with the checkout process. I mean, that's got to be as smooth and easy as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about Amazon's one-click ordering. I mean, that's like the gold standard.
Yeah, totally frictionless.
Yeah.
The fewer clicks, the better.
Exactly. Offer a guest checkout, keep those form fields to a minimum, and, use simple, clear language. Nobody wants to feel like they're doing their taxes just to buy, like, a pair of shoes.
No, for sure. And what about those, like, surprise costs?
Yeah.
You think you're getting a good deal, and then, bam, extra fees out of nowhere.
Ugh, yeah, the worst. Transparency is key there,
Mm-hmm.
Be upfront about shipping or any other fees right from the get-go. Nobody likes surprises, especially when it comes to money.
So true. Okay, so we've got a super streamlined checkout. We're being totally upfront about all the costs. But even then, some people are still going to hesitate, right?
Right.
What can we do to kind of nudge them over that finish line?
This is where those abandoned cart emails come in, the ones we talked about earlier.
Right, yeah.
It's just a gentle reminder like, hey, you forgot something.
Yeah, and a good abandoned cart email can be surprisingly effective.
Oh, absolutely. But you got to personalize them. Don't just send out a generic, hey, your cart's waiting message.
No.
Remind them about the specific items they left behind. Maybe even offer a little something extra, like free shipping or a discount.
It's like saying, hey, we miss you. Come on back.
Exactly. And while we're talking about making things easy, let's not forget payment options. Well, gotta have a variety, right? Some people love PayPal, others use Apple Pay, and then there's the good old credit card.
For sure. More choices, the better.
Right. We're just trying to remove any and all barriers to buying. So, okay, let's say we've done all that right. Our website's top-notch, checkout is smooth, our emails are personalized and convincing, and finally, they click that Buy Now button. We're done, right? High five.
Yeah, I was going to say, finally, celebration time.
Not so fast.
Wait, there's more. I thought that was the finish line.
The conversion, yeah, that's a big win, but it ain't the end of the journey. In fact, you could argue that the most important part comes after the sale.
You're talking about loyalty.
Yes.
Turning those one-time buyers into, like, super fans that come back for more.
That's the dream, right? I mean, Acquiring new customers, that's expensive. But keeping the ones you have happy and engaged, that's where it's at.
It's like that saying, it costs way more to get a new customer than to keep an existing one.
Exactly. So how do we create that loyalty? It starts with exceeding expectations. Ship that product fast, package it up nicely, maybe throw in a little handwritten thank you note.
I love that. It's all about those little touches.
Exactly. And keep the conversation going. Send follow-up emails, maybe with some product tips, or suggest other things they might like. You could even invite them to a VIP program, with exclusive discounts, early access to new stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's about building a relationship,
Yes,
not just a transaction.
exactly. Make them feel like they're part of a community, not just a number in your
So
database.
we've gone from, like, grabbing attention all the way to, building that loyal fan base. That's quite the journey through the e-commerce sales funnel.
It's a journey that never really ends, does it?
You're right. Because in the world of e-commerce, things are always changing, right? There's
Right.
always something new to learn, something to tweak, something to make better.
And that's what makes it so exciting.
I agree. This has been such a helpful deep dive. I really appreciate it. But before we wrap things up, there's one more super important element I think we got to talk about.
Yeah.
The unsung hero of e-commerce success.
Oh, I know exactly what you're going to say. Customer service. It really is the glue that holds it all together.
You got it.
Yeah.
But we'll have to save that conversation for part 3 of this episode. Stay with us. Welcome back to Insider Ecom Edge. So we've really covered a lot in this deep dive, from getting those first-time visitors to, turning them into those loyal repeat customers.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey, but there's one crucial part we haven't talked about yet. Customer service.
Right.
It's so easy to get caught up in all the website design, the marketing, the conversion rates, but at the end of the day, it's that human touch that can really make or break a business.
It's true. You can have the coolest website, the best marketing, but if your customer service is terrible, it's all for nothing.
It's like going to a fancy restaurant. The food is amazing, but the service is just like awful.
The waiter's rude.
Yeah, exactly. It ruins the whole experience. And good customer service, it's about more than just answering questions or fixing problems.
Mm-hmm.
It's about building those relationships.
Yeah.
Creating that sense of trust and loyalty that goes beyond just buying something one time.
So it's not just about putting out fires.
Right.
It's about going above and beyond and creating a positive experience that people actually remember.
Yeah, exactly. And in today's world, social media, online reviews, word of mouth is huge. A happy customer, they basically become like a walking advertisement for your brand.
That's so true. Okay, so how do we create this amazing customer service? What's the secret?
Well, I think it starts with being proactive. Don't wait for a customer to have a problem before reaching out, right?
Mm.
Send them a personalized follow-up email after they buy something. Check in, see if they have any questions, maybe offer some helpful tips.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like when you walk into your favorite store and the salesperson remembers your name, or they ask about a recent trip you took. It makes you feel good.
Yeah, exactly. It makes you feel valued. And then when those problems do come up, you got to handle them with, empathy and efficiency. Respond quickly, whether it's email, phone, social media. Make sure your customer service team, they're well-trained, they know their stuff, and they can actually, solve problems.
There's nothing worse than getting passed around from person to person
Mm.
or being put on hold forever.
Oh, I know. It's the worst. People expect things to be easy and fast. And if you can do that consistently, you're going to build a reputation for great customer service. And that's a big deal.
It is. So I think we've covered pretty much the entire e-commerce sales funnel, right? From attracting those new visitors to turning them into loyal repeat customers. But like we've talked about, it's not a one and done thing.
Yeah.
It's this constant cycle of improvement.
Yeah. E-commerce is always changing. So you got to be adaptable. You got to keep learning, analyze that data, get feedback, and be willing to experiment.
Yeah, figure out what works best for your business.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, remember, it's not just about making a sale, right? It's about building those relationships.
Mm-hmm.
People do business with people they know, like, and trust.
And that's why good customer service is so important. It's that human connection
I like that.
that makes it more than just a transaction.
Yeah. Treat your customers like VIPs. They'll come back for more.
That's great advice. Well, this has been a fantastic deep dive into e-commerce. We've covered a lot, But I hope you've all learned some valuable things you can use in your own businesses.
Yeah, absolutely. Remember, create that smooth, enjoyable experience for your customers every step of the way. Do that, and you'll be well on your way to building a really successful online business.
That's right. And with that, we've reached the end of our deep dive. Thanks for joining us on Insider Ecom Edge.